over in Europe, and I'm supposed to not give too many U.S. examples, but the concept of separation of church and state is something everyone ought to learn about. The confusion in America about the separation of church and state is that a lot of people, especially in the media, think that separation of church and state means separation of religion from our public life. And that's simply not true. Separation of church and state means it's not the duty of the civil magistrate or the state to decide what the true faith is of the true religion. So the government's to stay out of that. But it doesn't mean that religious believers, especially Christians, aren't allowed to bring their values and their convictions into the public arena. And it's just amazing to me how many times I have to remind people in the political world and in the media and the press that if in fact the view you're taking about separation of church and state means that the civil rights movement should have never existed, that all kinds of social movements, at least in American history and in European history, in fact, would have never existed but for the religious convictions of those political actors. So when I bring up the separation of church and state question, what I'm emphasizing is that separation of church and state does not mean religious people don't have a right to speak their voice in the public arena. And there are a lot of people out there that think that religious people ought to be set aside and they can't bring those values into the public square. I think this is fundamentally wrong, and every chance I get to say that, I try to do so.